Greetings, Keishlings. Keish Prime here with my live reaction of Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, or Record of Ragnarok. I may change it back to Shuumatsu no Valkyrie. Shuumatsu. Because it just... I think people know it more as that. Yeah, I think I'll do that today. But yeah, let's get into it. Now in preparation for the 10th fight of gods versus humans, the arena has completely renovated. Okay, so yeah, last chapter we had it's a like the not so much slums, but could be slums of Japan. That was a request from a god? Why the hell is it set on a human side sage? The gods have 5 wins and 4 losses. The countdown to the extinction of humanity is only at 2. Humanity is literally at the edge of a cliff right now, and to push them off this cliff, taking into account the lessons learned after the 9th round, where a large number of spectators were injured, the arena is completed with special specifications. As requested by the fighters on the god side, this stage for the 10th round is a perfect recreation of a portion of Kyoto. Okay, it's Kyoto during the Edo period. Okay. Japan at the end of the Edo period. In ancient times, this god struck down the 8-headed serpent, Yamato no Orochi, with the Tasuka no Tsurugi, the sword of the 10 hand breaths. Or breads? What? I've never heard of that. Why is it that way? That doesn't even look like a word. Kenjutsu, that means swordsmanship at that moment, was born in the world. The greatest sword god in the heavens descended here. So we're literally talking about Susanoo. It's good representation, and they're both Japanese competitors this time around, which is, I think, a first. Where you have the nationality and a god of that country coming together to fight each other. He was furious like a storm, swift like lightning. Let's see. He cut down the evil gods of Takamagahara in the high plane of heaven. He was a sword god, feared as the wild god, and it is now his time to live up to his reputation. And then, a sword was born from Orochi. Wait, did I read this? Am I reading this out of order? I'm starting to wonder if I am. The way that they're... Here, I'm going to change this to a single page format. Maybe that'd help. Let's see. Where is it? Alright. Let me get back to where I was. Yeah, I read it out of order, my bad. And then a sword was born from Orochi's tail, a legendary sacred sword. The Ame no Murakumo no... God dang Japan and your long-ass names! No Tsurugi, the heavenly sword of gathering clouds. And that sword in hands. He was furious in the page I already read. I am the origin of Kenjutsu, the strongest god slayer. No. Good lord, those are some big ass clogged shoes he got on. They look like they made out of metal. Susanoo, or Mikoto no Susanoo. Or, no, it's Susanoo no Good lord, I can't read in the order that it's supposed to be that day. Okay, he looks about and he's like, this is the Bakumatsu. He breathes in the air. I'm hyped. And now, mankind's challenger to the strongest god slayer in the heavens. He's walking down the road. Is this man? There was an era in Japan or Japanese history when the men were intense and were overflowing with fighting spirit. Swords and ideas clashed, and many lives were lost on that place. It was Kyoto, and at the end of the Edo period, in this city where countless swordsmen and masters were born, the peak of Kenjutsu was reached with the art of manslaying. Who is the strongest manslayer of that era? Would it be him who was Japan's #1 small sword and created many unruly ronin? Sasaki Tadasha. Good Lord, Japan, in your names. Tadasada Boro from the Mimawa Rigumi. No. It's like, no. Would it be him who was called the strongest tyrant of the end of the Edo period, who mastered Shinto Munin Ryu? The founder and leader of the Shinsengumi, the director. Is that supposed to say general? But it is Jiral. Serizawa Kamo? No! Then would it be the 4 manslayers of the Bakumatsu who trained said era with the killing swords? Okada Izo, Tanaka, Shinbei, or Shinbei. Why does that name sound familiar to me? Then there's Kawakami Shinsei and Nakamura Hanjiro. No! This small man dressed in a light blue checkered Haori, who was feared by warriors as a demon. Is this the guy that the character from Demon Slayer is based on? Tanjiro, I think was his name. I only read so much of that series. Let's see here. Because the whole, checkered thing, also being rather short. That sword died Kyoto and Osaka in fear and blood during the Bakumatsu era. His true identity, is he a human? Is he a demon? History's strongest manslayer is called the captain of the first unit of the Shinsengumi, Okita Shoji. And there he finally is. He is from Japan. I miss this town a lot. Even the blood smells the same. How? This isn't that place. The strongest manslayer in humanity's history, and heaven's strongest godslayer. Between these two, who is stronger? And rings the gong. Boom! Let's go! What? Thought they were about to go. So, you're Okita Shoji then? Huh? I mean, yeah? That store. That's Ikadaya's, right? True. You are right. I see. This is Ikadaya. Wait, what? This is where the Shinsengumi with only 4 men cut the... He's reliving history. I love it. Cut their way to victory against over 20 members of the Chosu and Tosa loyalist samurai. The one and only Ikadaya. Oh, I can see sword marks on the pillars. The aftermath of the Ikadaya incident has been faithfully recreated. Okay, this is a side of Susan I wasn't expecting. You really know a lot about that, don't you? Sure I do. The Bakumatsu period was my one and only dreamland. This place is somewhat dear to you? Yeah, the sword I created was cultivated by mankind over a long period of history, and in this Bakumatsu period, they mastered the art of manslaying. Aw. That's why I've been waiting for so long. It was for you, the strongest manslayer of the Bakumatsu period, Okita Shoji. This time, I will fight you. Damn. So the crafter of the sword and the master of the technique. So, yeah, kinda loving the dynamic here so far. This is not what I was expecting from the God of Swords. Oh? What is that dude saying? Shoji, wake the fuck up! Give me a break. That guy gets distracted so easily. Nakakura, please stop your loud and stupid voice of embarrassing the squad. Or stupid voice is embarrassing it. You didn't change at all. Okay, so these are part of the Shinsen Gumi then, huh? You haven't changed at all. Still the same Shinpachi who was always so fucking serious. Come again? I wonder if that's where Kenpachi gets part of his name from then. Let's see here. Nah, well, he's serious, and that wasn't Kenpachi's deal, so nah. I'll discard that thought. Hajime, you little shit, how do you want to fight? Bring it on. Cut that out. So, some dude just comes and beats the shit out of him. Shit, you're gonna punch me even in the afterlife? I don't care where it is. What the hell are those guys? They are the same noisy fellas as always. So, he's been listening and I guess might have watched part of that. Though at his stature and where they are, I don't think he could have seen it. So he probably just had to hear it. Are you guys ready? We, the Shinsengumi, will also go with Shoji. Okay, so the whole squad's back together. Good lord, look at that club. That man holding it like it nothing. Alright. Finally, captain of the 3rd unit of the Shinsengumi, Sato Hajime. Okay, so that was the blonde-headed guy. Then you got captain of the 2nd unit, Nakakura Shinpachi. Is Shoji's body fit to fight him? Fear not. Besides, take a look at his face. Now we got captain of the 6th unit, Inyao, or, well, it's the same last name. I'm actually, considering we're getting some of these names, and they look like names almost straight out of Bleach. I'm wondering if these people inspired some of the Bleach characters. Because this is, crap, I forgot her name already. The main girl. That's her last name, is his last name. And I don't know how to say it. But, Genza Boro. The member of the Mibu Roshigumo. Abiro Iboro. Izaboro? Oh. Indeed, wouldn't you, agree? Captain of the 8th unit, Todo Heisuke. Yeah. And then intelligence officer, Kai Shimada. Then we got the deputy chief. Okay. Yamanami Kisuki. That's a nice face, yeah. Sure is. Sure it is. Oh, has that dude got a frickin' scythe? Why? And he's the 10th captain. Harada Sonosuke. then we should know that already at times like this. Shoji's stronger than anyone else. I'm going to forget all these names. It's bad enough I can't hardly pronounce half of them. But a healthy body, the nostalgic air, and the strongest opponent. Finally, I can fight to death with all my heart. Oh God. Wait, was that the end of it? That might have been the end of the chapter. I hope it was. Unless this site be bugging. Let me see. What is it gonna tell me? How many pages was it supposed to have? Let's see here. Does it even have a page counter? It doesn't help when it doesn't tell you. I'm going to assume that that was the end of it. I'm hoping it is, because otherwise this would be a whole wasted reaction if I only got part of the chapter. But yeah, so... excuse me. So we got that going on. Now, we've got the strongest manslayer of humanity, Shoji, fighting against literally the god who created swordsmanship, or Kenjutsu, Susanoo, god of the storms. Now, and they're both fighting in a place that they both have an attachment to. Susanoo is more of the historic aspect of it. You know, he liked watching how things developed. So we're watching the creator of swordsmanship versus a guy who literally mastered the technique of the sword. So, who lived in that time period and fought and did all these things. So, it's going to be an interesting fight. I have no idea what Susanoo is really going to be capable of. You know, typical swordsmanship from Shoji, I would imagine. I mean, he's supposed to be really good and all, but I can't imagine he'll do anything super out of the ordinary. But also didn't get introduced to his Volan, so or was that last chapter we might have? But I don't know what special abilities they'll be giving him. As for, you know, Susanoo, he's got wind, lightning, you know, probably some level of, like, maybe snow manipulation. He is god of the storm, after all. But mostly just lightning and wind, I think, are what he's more associated with. So it'll be interesting to see what he pulls out. Maybe he'll electrify his sword. He'll increase his speed using the wind. Maybe shoots out some wind slices or something. I don't know. Those are like the real basic ideas. But we'll see. But they seem to both be very enthralled with everything that is being set up. So I'm imagining this will be a very good fight regardless. But beyond that, I don't really have much of an opinion of anything else. So let me know your own thoughts and opinions. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future. Links down below for all my social media so you can keep up with my content and have ways to contact me. I stream here on YouTube where I do long form reactions, gameplay, and random stuff. Suggestions always welcome. Part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, so go check that out. And as always, later days. Until next time, Quichling, sword meets storm. Manslayer versus the god of the sword.